It's about that time. It's 3:30 in the afternoon on a Saturday afternoon. Time we take pause and bring in Chef Janet Davis from Janet's Kitchen. Janet, good afternoon, man. Are you there?
Good afternoon, Keith. How are you?
Not bad at all. It's a cloudy day, but other than that, we all right.
That's right. I'm good as well.
Yeah. So, what's going on in Janet's Kitchen this week?
Well, this week we're talking about the world famous, nothing else like it, Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee.
No way.
Oh, yeah. Wake up to it every morning.
Yes, yes. Well, tell us about this world famous Jamaican Blue Mountain.
Well, Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee is grown in Jamaica, but in a specific region of the island, on the eastern end of the island, in the Blue Mountains. And although we have different grades of coffee, only coffee grown at a higher elevation can be classified as Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee. And I think I wanted to start with that because I don't think a lot of people know that. Yeah, the Blue Mountains are about 5,500 feet high, so only coffee grown at about 3,000 feet or higher can be labeled Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee.
All right, so does the height change the taste?
Yes, it's the higher elevation, and then just the mountains in general. It's think of it in terms of like a rainforest. It's misty, it's damp, the soil is rich, and so that adds to the flavor of the coffee as we know it.
Yeah. All right, so are there any special preparations now? Because I've had Blue Mountain coffee, and it's like coffee, and then I've had Blue Mountain coffee where it's wow.
But that's exactly it. Going back to what I was saying, the coffee that I usually serve, that I always serve, is Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee. That's the coffee that's processed at the Mavis Bank Coffee Factory at that higher elevation. You also have two other types of Jamaican coffee that's grown in Jamaica. That's called High Mountain coffee and Jamaican coffee. So those are grown at a lower level, and you can distinguish the taste. Like coffee connoisseurs, people who really are into coffee and have a real appreciation for it, can tell the difference. So that might be what you're referring to. You've not always had that Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee, that label.
Is there a way to tell when you've got the bona fide thing? Is there a certain texture, taste? What determines that I have the real deal?
It has a mild flavor. It has a distinct flavor, but it has an intense aroma. It's just very rich. It's not bitter, but it has a lot of depth to it. It's just really, really flavorful coffee.
Right. Now, how do you prepare it in Jamaica? Because, folks here prepare their coffee on the go. You know what I'm saying? They throw in some powdered milk and a little sugar, and they run out the door.
Well, I personally like my coffee, the Jamaican way. Once you brew it, and it depends on how you like it. You get different grains or whatever. It could be, fine ground. Obviously roasted first, but fine ground, sort of bigger grains or something like that. But for me, when I prepare my coffee, I'm a milk and sugar kind of girl. So I have to sweeten my coffee, but I don't put sugar. I use a condensed milk. Condensed milk, as you know, gives everything a different flavor altogether. So I love my coffee with I don't want it sweet, but like a 3/4 teaspoon of condensed milk. So that's how I drink my coffee.
Now, what is a good measurement in terms of a cup of Jamaican coffee? Because I have this feeling that Jamaican coffee has to be strong to be good.
Not necessarily. It depends how you like your coffee. A general rule for any coffee is about, say, 2 tablespoons will give you like an 8-ounce cup, which that's more like a mug. If you're talking about like a saucer type of thing, that's less than 8 ounces. But if you're doing like a full-on mug, about 8 ounces, you want about 2 tablespoons for every 8 ounce.
Right.
And usually when you buy coffee too, you get them in the pack already at the right size. So you're just opening a pack and you're brewing an entire pack that will make you a full pot of coffee.
Right. So is Jamaican coffee served best, as instant or perked?
I prefer perk. I mean, if you're going to spend $35 plus per pound,
Yeah.
again, it's a very expensive coffee.
Yeah.
You might as well get it freshly brewed. That's right. But again, you have cold drinks that you make now. They make Tia Maria, which is a coffee liqueur that's made from Jamaican beans. I do my Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee rum cake. So there's a lot of ways to enjoy that rich coffee flavor. But generally speaking, you're sitting down to a cup of coffee, and if you're doing so, you might as well get that freshly brewed. It is an expensive coffee, but as you know, well worth it.
Yeah. Selector Jerry has a question there.
Yeah, Janet, I have often, when we bring home our Blue Mountain coffee from Jamaica, we like to use it in the French press. And if you never had the Blue Mountain coffee press style, it is just absolutely amazing. No sugar, no milk needed, just straight up Blue Mountain. It's just delicious.
Yes, some people do French press, you do it regular brewed, and then you can do it espresso too, which takes a finer ground.
Yeah.
So it depends on what you like, but there's so many different ways to do it to suit every palate, really.
Yeah, Janet, too, I just had one other question about the roasting process. When you buy the beans down in Jamaica and you bring them home, is there a certain style, or if they roast them darker or hotter or longer in the roasting process? How does that flavor the coffee?
I always get mine already roasted. The most I will have it done when I buy it just at the store is just get them to ground it. And again, it depends on the type of the machine you have. If you want a medium ground or a fine ground, if you're going to do an espresso or something like that. But typically they roast it at the farm for you or the production facility, unless you're a big facility here where I used to get my coffee that they get the beans and they do the roasting, but you're still getting it as a consumer most of the time already roasted.
Yeah, I know when we pack our bags, when we leave to come home from Jamaica, it's always chock full of Blue Mountain coffee beans, and it's just great to bring home. One of the best things to bring back from Jamaica.
Oh, awesome. There's just nothing like it. And again, that high elevation of the mountains is what does it.
So any particular, you can serve Jamaican coffee with dinner, with lunch, with breakfast?
I am usually pretty wired. I don't drink coffee every day because I can go every day like an Energizer Bunny. But my coffee, I usually drink my coffee in the morning and no later than like 1 p.m. Otherwise, I'm up all day, all night.
I know when we go out for dinner, a cup of coffee after the meal, it's just right on. And it's great to have Jamaican coffee then, especially one place called Scotch Bonnet.
That's right. Some people do that. I think I've seen you do that. If I did that, I'd be up until about 7 a.m. the next morning. I'm not one of those people that can do that. But I've seen people do that can drink it and still go to sleep in a couple hours.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I love me Blue Mountain coffee, man.
Yeah, but it's just really good stuff, and there is nothing else like it. It's one of the finest coffee in the world, if not the finest, and one of the most expensive coffee because it goes through a rigorous testing process. From the time it goes from the farm to the table, there's months in between before it gets to the table. Yeah, very rigorous process.
Yeah. Well, Chef Janet, thanks again for coming on at Janet's Kitchen. And what's in your kitchen today?
Well, today, Chef is off duty. I'm going to a Cinco de Mayo party later on, so I am off duty this evening.
Come on, man. All right, we'll give you a break this week, huh?
That's right. Coffee margaritas for me later on.
All righty then. Thanks, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Take care, guys.